Yo, people, I know you miss me. Anyway, today's going to be a quick, short one. As we do, I always like to push for them like short ones recently, just to kind of make it like leave room for thought for conversation. But one of the things we're talking about today is what's next for dance. Yeah, but before we go into that and before we start conversating all about that, we're going to bring our people in straight in. One of our people's on the toilet. I baited him up. But first up, we're going to bring up the one and only Mr. Jack Webster.
I was trying to unmute myself. See, I was not prepared at all. I'm usually the last one, but hey guys, I don't know what my intro was gonna be, but I've got bare 12 chocolates, so I was gonna try something there. But I'm here. I know you lot missed me. I had a little hiatus, but it's all good.
All right, next in, can we bring in the one and only Lamar? What's happened to your lights? Did you have lights?
Oh, wait.
No, I'm so used to you having your lights or something. Yeah, I'm used to you having your lights or something. All right, cool. No!
Oh.
We hit the inside post.
Oh.
Sorry, guys, I'm watching the Arsenal match as we talk. Oh, my God. Anyway, next in, we have Manzino.
You still got 2G.
I thought you was eating. Oh, you are still eating. You are still eating.
You also me.
Hi guys. Hope everyone's well. By the way, Jack, no, I missed you. Yeah, let's go head on to a great podcast. You know,
You're getting on to me today. You made a mistake.
No, you know, the other Jack. Yeah.
All right, cool. Next up, well, D-Mac was on the toilet. Should we bring him on? D.
I think it's good.
Come
He's still on the toilet.
Oh, he's still there. Your poo-poo hands as well, fam.
I'll make a quick appearance. Then
This is
That's
so
disgusting.
unprofessional. Fam.
all right. No, it's not my fault. I had to go as soon like
This
just
guy
before.
got shit particles on his laptop. Deep it.
No, I don't.
What?
No, I don't.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyways, I hope you guys have been, doing well. Hope you guys have had a good week.
Yeah,
You know,
check it
His
out.
whole party is exposed.
Boy.
Okay, you know what?
All right, cool. So we're gonna get straight into it today. I'm not gonna waste too much time. I have no news of the week today. The only news right now I have is Arsenal are so rubbish, and they're
Yeah,
back to
that's
score. Here we go, Villarreal goal. Oh no, not.
I got some news of the week.
You got news of the week. You actually got news of the week.
Not news of the week, but like a little. I got something
All right,
to say.
cool. I'll give you the whole intro. And let's see if you actually got news of the week.
You guys come with charisma.
Sorry, I'm just searching news of the week real quick. Sorry, give me a second.
This guy, so unprepared.
So
You know,
professional.
The UK elections were today. Lovely. And we've all been thinking, does Labour stand a chance in the next general election? For all the youngsters out there, if you don't know about Nico Milano, maybe it's too late to do your vote right now. But if you did, and you voted for Nico, congrats. I'm going to say my second vote might be a bit controversial. I went and voted today. I voted for Nico. And I voted for Sean Bailey. Ooh. But
Oh,
yeah,
you voted for Sean Bailey.
Yeah, that's the news of the
Nice.
week. If you wanna, yeah.
We could argue about the Sean Bailey thing, but for me, once you listen to what he's got to say, I'm like, for me, Sadiq Khan, you failed your first term. You failed your first. None of what you said you were going to do in your first term, you succeeded in, and you're saying we should give you a second term. Then you started using the lies things, and then let's not forget that in the whole time that you was in power, you kept on blaming Johnson, which I, without doubt, say Johnson probably was big blame, but they weren't even bringing you into the Cobra meetings. So you're clearly ineffective in supporting us, especially London having the worst cases in the whole country of out all cities. I mean, obviously, it doesn't help the fact that we're the biggest city as well, with like 9 million and so on. But anyway, yeah, so that's my opinion.
Yeah, I just think Sadiq Khan's full of unpromised promises. I just think it's time he's just gone about now. We need a change. Hopefully, we get it.
But I do understand why everyone says Sadiq Khan. I do get it. I was saying to a friend of mine, because he asked me, he said, what was the reaction when you brought up that you're actually looking at Sean Bailey and vote for Sean Bailey? And I said, surprisingly, I didn't get a bad reaction. But it's like, you know what's changed my view on politics? Ice Cube. Ice Cube changed my view on politics big time. He said, people have to earn my vote. It's not inherited. Just because I'm black, you assuming that in their case, I think is it Democrats that all black people should vote for Democrats. Yeah, just because I'm black, I'm assumed to vote for Labour. Do you know what I mean? And I understand why, because of the history. Do you know what I mean? But it's like they say Labour's more for black people and basically all people of culture. And I get that. But my biggest thing is you don't just get that with right. Like, what are you doing? Do you know what I mean?
To deserve that vote, yeah. Lamar, did you vote? Did anyone else vote?
Lamar didn't vote.
I'm not in London, so
I got reasons behind it though. I ain't done no research, so I don't want to jump in and just vote for something that I'm not researching about.
You know what I like about Nico though? He just raw. Just everyone had 2 words, and he went.
He just vibes.
Just vibes.
No. You know what? I can't even blame anyone for voting him like on a serious, because I think all of these options are terrible. I can't lie. Yeah, I don't think there's any good option. I think they're all awful. And obviously,
no, bro. I don't know.
It's pretty awful, but yeah, that's it. Anyway, let's get into the main thing. Thank you, Manzina, for your news of the week. I may do that more often, give other people chances to talk about news of the week. Yeah. But we're going to go straight into it. What's next for dance? Now, this subject is basically about like what is the next big thing? Dance has gone through an evolution over the years. So I've still got my mask on. Dance has gone through evolution over the years, from the revolution of everyone knowing the existence of dance through TV, like I forgot the name of the film. Not breakdance, but Footloose. Footloose is Footloose, isn't it? Yeah, Footloose, and then obviously continuously upgrading to other things where it got like mainstream into like TV shows and stuff like that. Anyway, fast forward to now, there's been many different things, from social media's input to televised competitions, actual dance, for example, Got to Dance or The Greatest Dance Show and The Next Step and so on. So then also freestyle. Who watched? Did anyone watch Crump versus Popping?
Yeah.
Like we are now. It's not a thing of. I think once upon a time it was that thing of, and I'm not saying it wasn't there back then, but back in the day, it was unique people had certain like. Basically, we didn't have an array of amazing dancers maybe 30 years ago that. I don't want to say not amazing, because they were amazing, but we didn't have people we could say, yo, you could take on the greatest dancers in America and take on the greatest dancers in Ukraine or France or whatever. We had that 1 or 2. We had tokens. Do you know what I mean? Here and there. Do you know what I mean? And then over the last 10 years more so, we've had dancers that you can go, whoa, they can take on the best. They can take on a Salah. Do you know what I mean? You know, let's not forget Brooke is a B-boy champ, world champion, beating people like Green Tech and stuff like that. And it goes on from Crump and even holding our own in all different areas. So I have to say, dance is definitely evolving, but it's a question of where do we think where dance is going next? Where do we think the next step is? What do you think the next step is? How everything will go?
I think obviously. Go on.
No, go on. I was going to say go in order, innit? Jack goes first.
I think obviously because of like COVID, I think dance as a whole is gonna take a like step back for a little bit, because I feel like something like something like dance and stuff with like other interests like that are going to be put on the back seat in terms of people's like priorities and especially funding going into it and stuff like that. I feel like that go on the back burners a little bit until life comes back again, because I feel like it was on the steep rise again. But I think in due time it would be much more popular, and there'd be much more like newer generations involved and whatnot. And yeah, pretty much. I think it go to even bigger heights than what we had seen in the past, like bar TV shows and stuff. I think the culture would be much bigger, especially with like post Olympics and stuff like that.
Anyone else?
I think that due to things like COVID and that, I feel like we're definitely at a place where it's almost like a reset button for dance. So I think now that we have different outlets of dance, now you got your TikTok dancers, your clout dancers, whatever. I feel like regarding dance, obviously we've got the Olympics that seem to happen, and I think big things are ahead for dance, but I don't think we're not going to see that for like the next few years. Because I feel like with dance, I feel like things have to be consistent before it's like the big hurrah. You get what I mean? So yeah.
Yeah. Go on. Next. Anyone else?
Yeah, man. I think that this reset button will be good for us. You know, I think during this whole like pandemic, everyone's had a whole like reset on how they kind of look at the scene. They probably looked at other ways to approach and like kind of better our scene, and probably more on the social media aspects I'm talking about, as well as obviously like being like within the scene in like real life, you know, such as like events and battles and whatnot and ciphers. But yeah, I think this could actually be a good time to actually reset. So I think maybe like what's next for dance could be anything. I think yeah, it's just like it's unpredictable, but yeah, like Lamar said, it'll probably be a bit of time before we see anything major. But I think we're in good hands. So yeah.
Do you think, what do you call it? Do you think freestyle is going to be the main thing, or styles are going to be the main thing forward?
I feel like styles was heavily looked upon like 2017. For like 2017 was like styles, you need to know your styles this, styles that. I feel like it's kind of aired out a bit now. It's kind of just gone to street dance, if that makes sense.
In terms of like freestyle, if I was to just say like freestyle and choreo,
When I say freestyle, I mean like or solo stuff, you know, like all that stuff, that the more underground kind of scene, like what we saw with the popping and versus pop. Do you think that's going to merge as a new face? Obviously, we got TikTok, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah.
Do you think that's going to merge as new? Because obviously there was a point where it was the HHIs, the UDOs, the constant videos from Pac-Man and all that stuff. Do you think this? Because I've noticed a lot in America. I've noticed also the battle scenes kind of coming back up. Do you know what I mean? As a main thing, I'm seeing Fiction and all them lot more, and even what's his name?
Slim Boogie.
Who?
Slim Boogie.
Yeah, like all of them lot. I'm just seeing more, just more. Do you know what I mean? I'm seeing things go viral about people freestyling, plaiting their hair, and then battling. Like I'm seeing that more than your. Obviously, it's impossible to be able to see competition stuff, I guess. But yeah, go on.
Yeah,
by the way, I'm gonna let you continue the conversation. There's 5 minutes left, and we're done. But yeah, cool.
Oh my, he left.
This guy.
His own podcast or football, bro.
It's because he's gonna go off to cry, and you can't blame him. I mean, it's. Do any of you watch football?
Nah, I'll be right. But I heard.
I respect football too much to watch it.
His team's in the dumps, bro. But yeah, as he was saying, as Omar was saying before, he just decided to cut and cry for a bit. I think actually, yeah, it will take over and emerge a lot more, because going off what Omar said, and I know we talk about it all the time, but like post Olympics, I think the new people are gonna want to be the next like Olympian. Do you know what I mean? There's such an elevated title around it, and people aren't gonna just try and strive to do that in breakdance, and they're gonna get inspired and do that in whatever movement they like doing. So I think as a whole, it's going to inspire like a whole. It's going to inspire millions of kids to like try and do something new. And with that, with time moving on, there'll be new even styles, even new types of creatives, not just in dance, but like around dance. I think the whole industry is going to grow.
But you see, with like the underground freestyling battling scene, I feel like they need to be a lot more welcoming and open. I feel like they're very enclosed, because I don't know about you lot, but it's one of them ones. How I think it's like, if you know, you know. Like I didn't know that Poppin' and Crump battle was happening. Maybe because I'm not around the right people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like it's in a very niche, not niche. It's like it's in a very contained, enclosed environment. If that makes sense.
It's not really
All the-
broadcasted.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You know what I think about that though, because I completely hear what you're saying, and this is where I need to take my own advice because I don't do this at all. But like, I think with something like freestyle and solo stuff, it's a very egotistical sort of environment. You know, you have to be a very confident individual, and you have to let other people know that you're the shit in it. That's the main purpose of it. So I think that's why it gives off that sort of like almost toxic vibe in a sense. But I think if you were to actually immerse yourself in that culture, and then you end up knowing people personally, it's nothing like that as it seems once you're in it. But from the outside in, it's obviously quite intimidating. So I think it's just encouraging people to like take that step into it. And I think even more, maybe a way through that is smaller freestyle competitions. You know, like maybe ones that aren't like obviously they need to be like money or incentive based. That's how you draw people to even come to the thing. But like then that also has people who are like, I guess, lower in the grand pyramid of freestyle to like not go or be like feel like they're not good enough to go. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I was just gonna say, like, I think just going off what Man said, I think you know what it is, like, say for example Andy have their like Christmas show every year, yeah. When you if it was to reverse the roles, I don't think we would even expect any battlers to just turn up, because we're in a sense like we're in two different worlds within our scene. Do you know, like there's the freestyle community, then you got like the hip hop theater community, or like the crews. So I think probably that's why I think we just all of us should kind of need to go like this. Or maybe just even look in the right places when it comes to social media, because I think it's broadcasted, but not to like a wide extent, because not everyone goes crazy about it. So yeah, it's probably just like kind of merging it more, isn't it? That's probably why.
I think I've said this before as well. Like trying to get rated in the freestyle scene, and one way how I looked at it is like one of the main ways is if someone that's rated rates you, because it's you're looking for that validation almost, unless otherwise you're not gonna get noticed. Unless, I don't know, some people can just pull it out the bag. Some people are naturally gifted, innit? That has that confidence, that all them characteristics. But for people that are
sorry, why, bro?
I'm sorry. Man said Emery, you know.
Football.
Hey Omar, what's next dance?
Carry on, guys. Carry on.
What was I saying?
I think Kamani was saying something.
I kind of forgot still. No, yeah, being rated by others. Like if you're not naturally gifted and you'll have to train to get like you're a hard worker, you're not automatically gonna get rated. I feel like someone that's rated already has to rate you in order for you to get them ratings.
Yeah, no, I hear that. You know the ones where you don't get free prudence for like 2 years and you're stuck and you don't know what to do. Yeah, bro. You get that odds like competition where you've got free, fam. Yeah. This
Hey,
unless
Omar,
you have guidance in the battle scene speak. Sorry, Karen.
What's next for football?
Hopefully they fire Arteta. I'm hoping they fire Arteta after this. Anyway, I'm going to ask you, do you think for a young dancer coming up in the game now, do you think they should be looking in this world? because obviously most young dancers, they always tend to prone towards something. So there was a moment people prone towards like the battle scene, the learn different styles, locking, popping, that stuff. Or do you think people are going to prone to the other, come back to the kind of team stuff and like training individually to better themselves as dancers in contemporary and all other styles and all that stuff? Or do you think people, where do you think people are going to go? Or do you think people are going to go towards more the commercial? I mean, commercial is not a style. Commercial is a subgroup for work. Do you know what I mean? Commercial work. So it's not even a style, but you know, that kind of very, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, what do you think? What do you think's next?
I personally think that it's gonna, but like eventually go in a cycle. So I feel like people are going to get themselves in a team to have their one foot in some sort of door to get like their training, whatever, to then get themselves individually out there to then do like the big commercial job. So I feel like the end goal is to be like successful individually, like, as far as freestyle or whatever. But sometimes you may, not for everyone, but sometimes you may need to be a part of a team just to get that extra training or that extra foot out there, just so you can get some sort of recognition.
Yeah, like a stepping stone.
But do you think the young people, let's say the new 9-year-old that's starting dance, do you think they will come to what do you think the path they will try and choose to go down?
I think at 9,
in general, I'm not saying 9, I mean just young dancers. You know, like Jack, you know, when you first came in, you was introduced into the world of a bit of freestyle, but mainly choreo and teams, right?
Yeah, okay.
All right. D-Mac, when you same thing, Lamar, Manzino,
you know what?
same thing. What do you think? Because obviously I wasn't introduced into teams. I was introduced into the battle and freestyle world. Then as things molded, I then kind of molded with it. Do you get what I'm saying? So everyone comes into a scene when it's in a different kind of atmosphere. What do you think the atmosphere people are going to follow the new dancers coming in?
You know what?
I think,
oh, go on.
Yeah, you best know. I think that I think that it's forever going to be team based things that people lean more towards because it's less intimidating of an environment to get started in. I think because there's so many people doing the same thing as you, it's a lot more welcoming. And I think once you get through that's how you're introduced into the world, and then there's other avenues you can explore. I mean, it's different for everyone. It's completely subjective, isn't it? But I think mainly it's like that. But like I touched on it earlier, I think like post-Olympic Games, there'll be a new sort of generation and mindset behind like being an independent dancer and being a freestyle dancer. Like, so I don't know. I think it's split off, but I think the big groups will always be more like appealing for people trying to start out something new.
Yeah, like I feel like the young dancers coming up most likely going to gravitate towards groups, because when do you see a fresh new dancer sort of stepping right into like freestyling? I feel like
I don't think they're going to gravitate towards a group. I'm going to be honest with you.
I feel like I feel like freestylers, like new freestylers, are already people that's been free, that's been noticed, that's brought them in. I feel like with groups, you can start as a fresh dancer and work your way up. I feel like with freestyling and that sort of stuff, you got to be kind of almost not at a level, but you know what I'm saying, like going up a bit.
Yeah, but you're missing out the other one, the more commercial scene.
I was gonna say I'm taking classes. Like, I think
Gandhi.
Yeah, I was just gonna say real quick. I think there's a whole other aspect when people. There's actually a lot of people that I feel like go to classes, but then I wouldn't class them as like a part of our scene. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like people go to class or like take workshops, but I don't know if that's immersing themselves in the scene. But I feel like classes and workshops are kind of the like borderline in between like just like normal life and then just like the dance scene, innit? So I feel like maybe most people take classes first, but then when you look at anyone who runs a class is usually a part of a group or the leader of a group. So then
I really don't agree. I really think everyone's gravitating towards the commercial scene.
Yeah, no, that's true.
How so?
I don't think so. You know?
I mean, obviously, you may not agree with me, but I really feel that people, you know what you said about the battle scene. I think people are feeling that with the group scene.
Is
I
it?
think I think there's a big belief and feeling towards people of the group scenes, the crew competition scenes, that people don't want to be a part of that no more. People don't want to. They can't deal with the pressure. They can't hack the pressure. I've noticed more and more people are gravitating more towards, yeah, they may gravitate towards a group, but not for the competition reasons. Do you get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
No, but you
I
see these commercial stuff, yeah. Like, it's not. I don't think so. Do you know why? Because like, where are they gonna get the knowledge of that? You need to know people to get these jobs. They don't just fall into your lap unless
people
you're
don't think
willing
that.
to work hard and get to that point. Then yeah, I barely know how to even get sustainable jobs myself, and I've kind of been dancing for a fair amount of time, and I know a bit of people. It's not that easy. That's why I feel like people, if you are going for it, good luck, but it's really not that easy.
I don't think the commercial
It's
scene's
sustainable.
sustainable. I've never understood why people.
But
I get the love for it. I think there's only one sustainable area: it's touring. I don't think if you're not touring, I don't think there's anything that's sustainable. I don't think music videos are sustainable, projects are
Oh yeah.
sustainable.
No.
I don't think any of that's sustainable. I think you're literally touring is the only thing that I believe is sustainable if you want to live in dance without being a choreographer or owning a company or being a businessman in dance. If you want to be a businessman in dance, yeah, it's sustainable. But if you're not going to be business minded, or you're not going to have multiple skills, or you're not going to look to be a choreographer or own a dance school or tour, I don't think any of that's sustainable. But for a lot of young people, they don't think that. So that's why I believe they believe. I don't know. I've always
I
had my
understand
opinion.
why,
Huh?
I understand why. Like they would, it looks very glamorous. It looks nice. It looks good. Like to do. You know what I'm saying?
But you've
It's like
done
the
it.
highlight. Yeah.
Manzino, you've done it, and DMAC, and everyone here has done it to the set, but obviously Manzino more recently when it comes to like chipping that, right?
Yeah.
It looks glamorous, it's great on your CV, but
Yeah.
take past that, you've done Burner Boy, Stormzy, and all that stuff. Is the money piling up in your pocket?
No way.
Maybe
Yeah,
it
it's
seems,
literally yeah. Go on.
to me, it seems like the pinnacle of being on top in that sort of commercial world or whatever you call it. I think is probably being in an agency, like where you're constantly fed jobs.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what most people's goal is. Like, for example, whose Instagram did I come across? I came across AMCK's dance Instagram the other day. The whole industry's bare people following it. Like every dancer that I follow on Instagram, more or less ends up following it, or a very large chunk of people. You know what I mean? Like I feel like that's like the easiest way to have a sort of living, at least for like a year or two when you're young. It's probably through trying to get like a top agency or something.
I guess it's because you have less liabilities, and I think that's the biggest thing. Because as you get older, someone said this before on a YouTube I was watching. He said when you're young, you can take those risks a little bit more. But when you start having liabilities, like you got a car that you're paying monthly for, you've got a house you got to pay for, you can't be relying on these jobs because you don't know when it comes in next.
Yeah.
You literally can't live off these jobs. It's not even like even a videographer and all that stuff. You look at those jobs pay big money once you're in a big game. Do you get what I'm saying? Like I know we talked about it last week, but remember I said I was like, even in the whole pillars of hip hop, there's just one pillar that just doesn't seem to know how to crack it and make it. Well, I think we do, but not in terms of just being that dancer. You got to be more than that. You got to be multi-versed in skills. While the others they've cracked it. And then in filming, you hear some of these guys, they do one or two films they've filmed, or they're not extras, sorry, they're like the gaffers, or they're holding the cameras, but they're getting paid 40 grand for that job. Do you get what I'm saying? And then they're working for 12 weeks, but then you do two jobs, that's 80 grand in a year. You just split it out. Do you know what I mean? Dance is one of those places I look at and I'm like, no one wants to put the money in, and no one wants to invest into dancers because we're 1,000,000 to 1. Do you know what I mean? For every for every singer, there's a million dancers. So they don't care. I don't know. I think what's next for dancers anyway now is because as you said, Kamani, the glitz and the glamour. What's next for dancers to me, because of glitz and glamour, what's next for dancers is just literally trying to be a social media influencer slash the commercial scene. I think that's what people are gravitating to, because they think that's where the money is. I really don't think it's Cruz. I don't think it's Cruz. I don't think it's the battle scene. But what is dope though, the battle scene is killing it now. I mean, and I just think now the crews need to follow in that footstep. The crews need to follow.
Yeah.
Do you know what I
It's
think?
hard for crews to follow if the dancers aren't there, if they're not available.
I was thinking, like, what's another issue is that it's not classed as a profession. Like, being a dancer is not a profession. Like, there's professional artists, professional actors, professional singers, all of this stuff. Is there a professional
No, it's
dancer?
class of profession. It's street. It's not class of profession. You can be a professional ballet dancer. Let me tell you, you're getting paid good.
Okay.
Oh,
You're
okay.
getting paid good.
You're right.
You get what I'm saying? You hear what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell, even the freestyle dancers, the freestyle, they're called freestylers. They just chuck their bodies around. They get good commission.
Okay.
I literally just think it's the urban scene. The urban scene haven't found a way of capitalizing themselves in that way. So I think young people have looked at it from the outside and have said, the only way I'm making it is as an influencer slash do the commercial scene.
Or even in that, like, within the street.
Nothing wrong with it, by the way. I'm not saying there's something wrong with it. I'm saying that's what I think's happening next.
Yeah.
But within the street scene, like, it's one person could rate you here, another person could rate you there. There's not like a set level where you can say, I'm like this. It's very opinionated. That's
that's facts though. It's so long, bro. I feel like with these type of questions we have every week, we always go back to the fact that we're not like,
structured,
solid as a community and this and that. It's just like raw, fam. It's just a reminder, like, every other week that we're really not like sorted out. But I mean, it could be a process as well, because I think we said this a couple of weeks ago as well, that we're kind of fresh, like, in terms of dance in general. Yeah, we're quite new, but yeah, we'll see in it.
I think it's dope when you see groups like Diversity and Just Dance and Boy Blue doing tours. I think it helps people because that's where the money's coming from for those people to live their lives. But I think there's a level for me where we need to be seeing Diversity set of money to say we want to make this as a career. Then let's say, I don't know how much Just Dance, I'm not going to ask D how much they're paying you for these tours, but I'm quite sure that the monthly payment isn't going to make you feel like you're ready to buy a mortgage in 6 months. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think for that reason alone, I think touring is definitely, and I can understand why everyone thinks being an influencer is the best way forward, because obviously TV shows are kind of gone downhill.
Yeah.
You could go on a TV show anyway tomorrow, and it'll be dope. And unless you're someone like a Unity or IMD or someone like that who's got a bit of history that makes it better, if you're just a fresh new crew, unless you're doing madness, you're not really gonna go anywhere. So the chances of touring from a TV show is down. So your only thing is by being an influencer online, isn't it really? And then gaining a following and then be able to say, I'm gonna go on tour with that. Do you get what I mean? I don't know.
I think we're obviously a very, very long way off, but my hope and what I kind of could see happening is, like, maybe not so much hip-hop theater, but hip-hop theater and Diversity-ish crews almost merging to a level of Broadway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that would obviously be the dream, but I think that's an avenue dance could potentially go in one day, with like an influx of people and more creative people other than dancers, like taking part in the process of it and that. But like, just imagine like something like, the Zoo Nation, the Boy Blues, etc., just like being on the same block as like New York and that. You see Cat and you see Emancipation of whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's a real possibility, but I think we're a long way away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's probably one of the closest possibilities, like, out of all the possibilities.
I mean, it's brand new. Like, how I don't know the history behind it, but how long has hip hop theater been a term that we've even come to know about?
Hip hop theater, I would say, has been about for the last 15 years.
It's brand new.
Yeah, it's been about before that, their version of street dance.
Mm.
I would say in my age, when I was looking, hip hop theaters, like what I had noticed happening, is probably a good 15 years, maybe a bit more longer, 20 years max.
Yeah,
20 years max. And when again, on a good level, on a decent level, I'm not talking about the put your hands out and do the wave. Not then. I'm talking about like a level where you can go, yeah. And I think obviously that's the way forward. I think we definitely need some form of, I don't know. I think that's definitely the way forward. Maybe to go in there, but I don't know. I don't know anything more than what I already kind of recognized that people will, because you see everyone go and work on Thriller. Do you know what I mean? Naturally, when they finish college or something, or they all go and work, because those are only places that is the most urban level of where you could go, hey, I'm a dancer and I'm a street dancer and I want to be respected in my thing. Then the other option is Magic Mike. Do you know what I mean? And Magic Mike pays good. We all know.
You gotta have the body for it, innit?
Yeah, you have to have body.
But that's what I want to say. Like, there needs to be more accessible things where dancers are the main people instead of being the second or the extra or dancing behind the singer or the, you know what I'm saying, or being backup dancers. Like, there needs to be more accessible things that dancers are the main people involved.
Yeah, we need to be the main event rather than trying to claw onto other
That's what I'm
people.
saying. Magic Mike is that. Magic Mike is where we are the main event, but as male strippers. So it's hard. I don't know. Anyway, that's what I feel. I feel what's next for dance is everyone trying to be a social influencer and just going on the commercial scene and trying to book jobs to do the Brit or dance with the next big singer or singing group, like a Little Mix and everything like that. I think that's their next big thing with dance. Do you know what I mean? And you can't blame them, because it's not like the old days. We know you talked back in our times, where in my times it was we did it for the love. That's not there no more. Do you know what I mean? It's all about trying to make the money, and you can't blame everyone for it. Lamar,
you see, with the being like a dancer / influencer, yeah. Do you think that deep down these are just people that want to be influencers, but want to say that they do dance on the side just to say that they are dancers and not just influencers? Because I think there's certain people, aspiring to go that route, but I mean, me personally, I don't know, but I haven't seen them
indirectly, Lanko.
When I say
indirectly, Lanko. It's some name,
Anyways, what's it called? Yeah, but I think like, there's always them influencers that are just gonna say there's something else just so they can run away from the fact that they're just an influencer making money on social media.
I'm a creative.
Yeah, something like a content creator, all of that. The more time you stand up and take pictures in front of a damn tripod and ring light.
Yeah, this one's personal.
Yeah, this one's definitely personal.
No, it's not even angry. It's just like I get it, but it's like, put some action towards I'm trying to understand what you're trying to go.
So what D-Mac and Marzino need to do is help you set up a YouTube account. Maybe
no, I know what you mean though. I know what you mean, but my advice would be, I've started saying, then jump ahead of the curve. I've kind of followed what Marzino's doing and a few other people and saying, you know what, but we are the guys who are good at this. So why not just be the guy ahead of it? Do you get what I'm saying? We said it a few weeks ago, didn't we? Like, we said, why not the dancers just jump on it and be the guys who run it to put off the ones who are fakes? Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, if I'm a fake, I don't know, football player, and I keep on claiming on TikTok I'm the baller, and all of a sudden I get real ballers on TikTok, I'm gonna kind of feel a bit awkward and be like, I decided I want to retire my TikTok football career. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm gonna do it because eventually the better guys are gonna come ahead and say, no, we're real about this. So I don't know. That's what I think. I think
Them man that got baller in their bio, fam. Yeah, no, I feel like either way with that, Lamar, yeah. Even if you are doing that, I feel like you're still bringing eyes towards the dancing. I don't see nothing wrong with that. And we need that. If I'm honest, I feel like we need more of an audience. You're widening it if you're content creator / dancer. As long as you're producing dance stuff, though. So
yeah, I was gonna say that. Do you mean like people who say like they're doing it like for the dancing and they're just like your standard content creators on like YouTube or Instagram or whatever, or is it the other way around? Like,
no, more like if you're saying you're a content creator and you dance, don't just kind of push out both of them, innit? If you are even going to do that, push out both of them, and it will help both of your paths and both scenes.
Oh, sorry to cut you, yeah, but I've literally just got it. It's not influencers that also dancers, influencers that can also dance.
oh, I know you are.
I
So
feel
what are
like
you saying?
I've always said there's a difference between a dancer and somebody that
I'm
can
gonna take it personally.
I'm not trying to understand what he's saying.
No, I feel like
I've always said there's a difference between somebody that can dance and a dancer. Because I know them.
Let's take it there. Let's go personal. Let's get personal.
I'm not sure
Omar
what
loves this.
you're trying to get at.
Fudge
Yeah,
it. Let's
like,
go
that's what I'm
personal.
trying to
So
understand.
what do you feel?
I'm not sure
What
what
do you-
you're trying to say.
No, let's just go personal. So let's say me, let's just go Omar. I drop a video the other day on Reels. Do you understand? Do you feel like, yo, you're a dancer just trying to catch views? Just be real with me, bro.
Yes.
What's the video?
What's wrong with that?
No, I'm saying, do you think that's wrong? Okay, not even just not just Lamar or Manzi or anyone. Do you feel when I drop that video, I'm just trying to catch views? Cove said yes. Anyone
But
else?
I
Yep.
think there's a strategic plan with it.
Yeah, but
What,
what's the
dance?
video on? What, of you dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah, of
Yeah, but that's
course.
different.
obviously.
I think that's different from what Lamar's
That's
saying.
fine.
Because
Anyone-
you're dancing
No,
in the
but
video.
obviously, so what if I live that life? Because I know what Lamar's saying. Lamar's not. You're not going at you're talking about the people that are dancers but are trying to be influencers as dancers. Is that what you're trying to say? I don't get it. Is that what you're trying to get at?
Trying to say influencers that are utilizing dance to not just say they're an influencer.
How about Lamar just speak?
But,
Yeah?
yeah,
Or
well,
them
Oh,
people
I
that
Like,
got
are you
it.
saying basically they're not actually coming with stuff, they're just doing but because they can get it better, the choreo better than the ones who
even
can't
stuff
do
like
it.
that, or even like the quote unquote people that used to dance, left dance on the back seat, started this influencer life,
He's talking about
get
the
a
Love
little bit
Island
of clout,
brothers,
and all of a sudden you're
Talking
claiming
about the Love
dance.
Island brothers.
I thought, wait, nah, I need to answer this. Wait,
I'm trying to think of all the people you
I
can
know
do
it
that.
is.
Talking about the
Right,
Love
man.
Island brothers.
Wait.
You know the ones that dance and then they go into Love Island and then they say, "Oh, I used to be a dancer." There's them brothers. I know.
No,
them.
no, he's
You're
talking about.
valid. I know exactly what you're talking
They're
about.
different
You're
breed,
valid.
though.
Would
They
you
went
so
on
what?
that show to
Okay,
just
what?
be
Okay,
like
let's just
reality
you know what? Let's go left. Let's go left of this. So, would you then say that you have an issue with the likes of someone like Lauren, or the likes of even
She's a
Manzino?
dancer.
Oh,
Huh?
No, she's a dancer.
you know
Yeah,
her personally. Go off her feed.
True.
Off her feed, you look at that. You look at her feed. Does that look like someone who, does that look like a Frankie J? I love dance. Does that look like a person? I'm just dancing because I know I'm going to get the views off it. Is that what you feel?
Frankie G.
I can't lie, Lauren, I love you daily, but I don't even follow you on Insta. I love you very daily. I don't do Instagram, but what's it called? I don't even follow you. Every single time you come over
Hey,
here,
that's
my
not
thing,
what
like,
you asked, man.
and I double tap,
That's not
but I don't really know like
Like
her
what?
content like that to comment.
No,
Okay,
no,
I would say she has a perfect mixture, but she would gravitate more towards that influencer style. But I think she has a very, very good balance. So I think what you're trying to say, that's probably the best sort of way you could promote yourself as a dancer while still gaining like viewership. Do you know what I mean?
By having a good balance.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Let's go. Let's raw go there.
I walk. Oh, okay.
We're going there today.
Oh,
We're gonna end there today. So you look at my
yeah, just
Instagram.
plug yourself, bro. It's calm.
Yeah, I know. I'm just going through Instagram. Do you look at this guy and you go, "Yo, he's blatantly just trying to see how many views he can get"?
No, because then you wouldn't upload 3 photos of the same thing.
Oh my days.
We're
No,
doing
but
that today, yeah?
I'm saying
house
that's real
video was
talk.
cool,
That's
by
how
the way.
Instagram works. Like, if you cared about your viewership and your
True.
what's the word, engagements, you wouldn't do this. You're doing this so your Instagram
So your
profile
profile looks good.
aesthetically looks pleasing. Like, people would click on your profile and want to go through it, innit? That's the way you're doing it. But if you're doing it for engagement and clout, that isn't the way someone would traditionally go. So
Fair
if I
play.
didn't see you for the first time and I came across this page, I would know you're truly a dancer through and through before someone who's an Instagram head. You see what I mean?
Good point. Let's continue this. Dijon
Loud
on
and
his Instagram.
YouTuber.
No, I know it's harsh. Everyone, cause like D-Max going like, okay. Dude,
No,
but
actually,
we got
no,
to be real about
I don't mind.
Yeah, we got to be real with ourselves. Like, does it look like a person who genuinely cares about dance, or is it look like a person who cares more about clout?
Nah, I think
The more you go down, it's different. Like, it's changed.
So does
You
it?
see what I mean?
Okay, so we get back to the point I was originally saying. What I say, where I feel things are changing. What's next for dance? And I say I feel that the world is going towards being an influencer and the commercial scene.
Wait, can I clear up something?
See,
I'm not following. I'm trying to direct the traffic on a more like strategic base.
like, what's
This
the job
isn't,
doing?
this isn't just influencer and dancer. Like, this is something different. And we have our own Instagram page for that now.
Lamar, what about Damari?
Oh yeah, let's go there. Let's go there.
Does Damari still dance, by the way?
No, not really.
He just trains like Future.
So what made one of the best dancers? Damari, I know you're going to get a chance to watch. I'm even going to send this to you. What made one of the best dancers in the UK? Let's just be real about it. If not UK, at least London. One of the best dancers in London feel that I can't sustain this dance life. I'm gonna go down a new road.
But I also think there's an element of like not necessarily like just sustaining the dance life. I think there's an element of
Apologies for the swearing, by the way.
That might come with it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people get bored of stuff very easily. That's an apology of the swearing. I'm dead. Like, I think there's a level of like boredom, and like with everything that hit, like the pandemic, everyone was kind of at a standstill, and then capitalizing on what was booming for him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think he still does have a love for dance.
Yeah.
But in his particular situation, whether that be who he was dancing with or whatever, like his just love for it might have just gone in it. That wasn't the shade for it. Don't no one give me the. But yeah, I think he might have just lost the love for it, and then capitalized on what he was starting to like.
You can see the change though, can't you? You can see the transformation in the pictures.
Just capitalizing on the.
Yeah, I mean, clearly opportunities have like come his way with like little sponsorship things, innit? And like, a lot of us wouldn't
he's
deny
actually
them.
dancing though. Like some of his real stuff is actual dance.
Yeah, no, but that's what Lamar's saying. That's what Lamar's talking about. Lamar's saying like it's dancers that are going more down the world of influencer, but using their dance. It's not
Like-
it's not like you go on Poppin' Pete. If you go on Poppin' Pete's page, he's like, you can tell I'm a hardcore dancer.
We spoke on this before, and pretty much Kamani said it already. Like, we all know this isn't what we want to happen, but if we want more people being involved and generating just more interest in dance as a whole, the way of the world is right now, this is the way to do it.
But are they doing that though? Are they going down that road and making an interest?
That's completely subjective.
I don't think subjective. I don't think a kid looking at Damari and going, I now want to become a dancer because the way it.
But that's right now.
Nah, I feel like you don't know, bro. It is very subjective. People that someone could be looking up to Damari.
I can put my hand on my heart. I'll give this to at least 100 kids. 100 kids to just look at his first 6 pages. And I'll say, do you feel influenced to now become a dancer? And I guarantee, I'm so sure of it, 80 to 70% or 70 to 80%
I don't feel
will
like you
say
can base
no.
it off the 6 posts.
Huh?
I don't feel like you can base it off the 6 posts because
I'm saying the first 6 posts because that's what you're saying. You're saying that the new road, Kobe, you were saying that may still influence dancers to become a dancer. I think
those posts in particular might have something to do which would help push to get him in that position to help be an influencer, to influence people to do dance.
No. I'm not saying him as a person could not make people want to become dancers. I'm saying we are living in a world where it's fast moving. So,
Mhm.
so it's about content, the first thing you see. Do you understand? Yeah. So no one's gonna look at the pictures of my Instagram or anyone's Instagrams or people and say you're going down a road to try and convince me to become a certain thing. You watch these first video, these first things as a quick thing, and you're not think about it, a fitness trainer who's hardcore on fitness, but as an influencer, you're gonna see fitness stuff.
Mm.
Do you understand? They may deviate and sell product, but they're gonna see fitness stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think there's anything wrong with this. I'm saying this is where I think the world's going. That's what I think. I think
That's what I was
dance is
about to
going.
say. Is there necessarily anything wrong with it? Like,
No, nothing
even when
wrong.
you get to a certain position, is there a requirement for you to?
I just feel
I
I just feel that people have to understand that dance is not become important to people anymore. Dance has become a tool for most people. I think that's where you get the battleheads who hate those guys. Do you know what I mean? Because they look at them and it goes, "You're using it as a tool." So I don't know. That's what the man was going. It's not the social media. You can use the social media as a tool, but I feel you're getting people who are quitting dance and just using it as a tool to get them further because they have no care for dance itself.
Hold on a sec. Let me say this. I know for a fact, yeah, the Mari was to completely stop dancing and just do strictly influencing, there'll be a lot of opinionated people chatting rubbish, innit?
I think if he quits right now, it's a good move. I think money wise, it's a good move. He's doing what he's doing to me.
A lot of people are gonna ish. I feel like.
Let's look at Kobe's page.
Oh, strictly dancer, 100%. This guy's pushing out 4 videos a day. Content for days, brother. Rate it still.
Yeah,
what I call it, Kobe? Content a day. Content a day.
And I never missed. I'm joking.
No, you don't miss that. Give it to you.
But then, bro, do you not think maybe it's too much for people?
Ask me again.
Do you not think maybe it's too much for people?
I don't care.
You know, I was gonna mention this anyway, but we're here. Obviously we've all like Kobe uploads bare in it, but you know how we're talking about is it shadow banning and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't go on Instagram often whatsoever, but usually when I open Instagram, the first thing I see is Kobe. Almost every day. Yeah, bro. I see you come up on my feed constantly now.
That's lit. But I'm also posting because I'm not necessarily trying to reach the dance audience. That's why I post bears. Because
I will say aesthetically, your page is shit.
Bro, I could have told you that from the get-go. But guess what? I'm booking jobs. That's what matters.
Yeah, that's what matters. I'm just saying. There is no code here.
There's not. Who was I saying this to? I said this to someone. Was it India?
Even your texting, like the text. You go 1 minute here, then the text looks like this.
I'm inconsistent,
just about
bro.
fit inside
I'm inconsistently consistent. You can't even see the thumbnail properly on that one. But I'm inconsistently consistent. That's my new word.
That's 2 words, but
you know what I mean. You saying? All right, brother. You can hop on my page now, yes. I was scrolling through my whole feed.
Bro, come on.
Oh no, that is the goal, man.
This guy's just baiting out private Instagrams. When everyone starts following that, come on, his private Instagram account.
Sorry for swearing, people.
Jesus Christ, look at the language.
Come on,
so
do
foul.
better, man. You got younger children watching you, man.
Guys, someone teach me. What is the social media thing with the middle finger up in? Like, what is that? What is
It means
people don't know what to do.
Thank you, Lamar, for being real.
You, people don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They're like,
Are you mad? It means they're cool as fuck, bro. How are you gonna turn?
Like it means I'm a cool dude. What would you say my Instagram is?
dance. And then now I'm seeing a little bit of Tutu YouTube, but mostly dance.
It's a good mix.
It's a good mix.
Yeah, it's a really good mix.
Why did you pick this as
Well,
your
that's a
profile
throwback
pic
film.
of this video?
Dunno.
Hey, that's actually
Dunno.
yeah. Send me that. Send me that. That's the first stuff I need that.
Yeah, it's a good mix. This is a good mix.
Nah, yeah, the more you score, it's a good mix.
Yeah, Kobe, you could learn something from this.
Oh, Spartacus.
Love for that. Love for that, man. Hey, how do you not boost your followers though?
Bro, I don't know. My followers are going down. I'll be so real.
Turn on.
Yeah, bro.
Mine's going up, yeah, but like
You have some structure in how you look. See, look at that structure.
Yeah,
That's
Ian's has
great.
a nice,
Yeah, that's really good.
nice,
That's very aesthetically nice to look at.
yeah. But I'll be real. I actually don't care about Insta. Is that bad as a dancer?
Mm.
'Cause that's your new CV nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah,
Insta.
it's like
Yeah,
a
true.
CV now.
it depends what your main is. Like, I think a lot of people's mains on Instagram. Like, if your main like social media platform is I don't know something, then you'll use your other social medias to push towards that. Do you know what I mean?
True.
I would say
like, if
Izzy's
your YouTube,
page
you'll use your
would
Instagram
make me want to
push
become a
towards-
dancer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this page. If I was just someone a kid and I was looking at all this stuff, I'd be like, yeah, I want to be a dancer.
It looks
Especially
Even
around
with the
this
red
moment.
banners and the
Yeah, especially around this moment. Yeah,
Oh, look,
I
class.
think if I was to look at her page, I'd be like, yeah, I want to be a dancer. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this is where I think the world's going to, and I can understand because you just mentioned it. Like people are looking at Instagram as your CV nowadays. It's even made me go, yo, let me make my Instagram look a little bit more neater than it was. Like if you go on my Instagram now,
I would
my
like to point out
Instagram,
it hasn't made me do that.
huh?
I would like to point out that it hasn't made me do that. Just for I'd let everyone know. My Instagram will say Messi.
We can tell, Copes. You can tell.
Look at the mess of my Instagram before. My Instagram was a hot
Bro, you
mess.
think yours is bad? You just went on mine, so
No, but-
Oh, Lamar's. Lamar didn't even post, Copes.
I've got one picture. Chat for me. What?
That's what I'm saying. You didn't post.
my
Yeah,
Instagram
no,
looks
but you know
like
what it is as well. Do you know what makes it more of a mess, Obes?
Yeah,
Yeah,
high level
Like-
hobbyist.
like we were saying before.
Yeah, I look like a high level hobbyist. I look like a high level hobbyist. Look like 1 minute I'm into it, next minute I'm not.
I was saying, remember before you were saying about like you have so much stuff to try and put on your Instagram. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like you're trying to show that you're a dancer, choreographer, working with this, family man, photographer. Like there's so much to
Yeah.
try and put out. It's hard.
True stuff.
Like it's not like you're just putting out routines and it looks messy like mine. Mine's just messy because of that.
Yeah,
Lamar.
true.
But
From
it's
your,
where you had the black
Lamar,
and white
from
thing,
your
man.
Insta.
Mm.
Yeah. Lamar, from your Insta, would you
Lamar
say
has like
you're a
2 posts on his
dancer
Instagram, man.
or
I
high
have
level hobbyist?
one. I've got 2 posts on. One of them is, yeah. There you go.
You look like an influencer and a high level hobbyist.
Oh, I hate Instagram.
Influencing to
Oh
do
my
what?
God.
Do you see me promoting any businesses? Influence to do what?
Do you without taking offense, do you think it's like bougie
What?
to
Me?
like have like no posts?
Thank you,
I'm not
Jack.
saying- I'm not saying-
Jack,
because I
I'm
have
not
nothing
saying
to
Thank
do.
you, Jack. Jack has just brought it up. I've always wanted to ask that question.
Lamar,
What
not
is
you
with that?
directly because I have no idea how you post in it. I haven't got a clue. But there are several people I follow and know, yeah, that have like they rack up their followers doing whatever the hell, yeah, and then they delete all their posts for no reason, and then I'll come back,
No.
they have a post, and then I don't know, a few months down the line, I'll end up on their account again, and they got no post again. I don't
No,
get it.
I mean, for me, I had no post because I just, for me, I had nothing to post. I mean, sometimes I see myself dancing, it makes you cringe. So, yeah. So just didn't post it.
He
So-
does this. Keaton does that a lot.
What?
Just delete.
What, that's
Archive.
it? That's
You
his
know
own
what?
account?
Yeah. Sometimes they don't delete. Sometimes they just
Why?
archive it just
He
so
archives it, but
they
it's
can
a
get
thing
like
with the
more
younger.
likes or
But
whatever.
why? I don't understand. He had so
I
That's
think
much.
it's an
also-
interaction thing.
Also, you have to have a lot of time to sit there and archive so many pictures.
I don't get why you do it.
It's because it makes it look neat. I know with Lauren, there was a thing of because of her like singing career, they wanted to get rid of stuff.
Mm.
They wanted it to be like a new Instagram.
Swear.
Yeah.
Yeah, the neat thing does like I can't lie. For me, sometimes I try and not post a video back to back. I try to do a video and a picture, then keep chopping and changing, or like not 2 pictures back.
I
to
gave
back.
up with my pictures, man. I just had hella videos.
But yeah,
I think
Keaton,
Instagram's more video based now anyway.
if you don't know Keaton, you'll think he's an influencer. You wouldn't think he's a dancer.
Yeah, Keaton definitely. He looks like an influencer.
Okay, now I'm seeing more influencer.
But is he an influencer?
Or
Who
she's
said-
just taking nice pictures. You know what I'm saying? Why does that necessarily make someone an influencer? She also
she's
got
done it
dancers
as well. I didn't even realize Lauren's done it as well. She's done the whole archive thing as well.
Archives. Everyone does
There's-
it, bro. A lot of people do it.
Yeah, I think people just clean up their Instagram as well.
Mm.
Yeah, it's
general.
more or less just cleaning.
Yeah, I did
so
that
like,
recently. Like there was some stuff like randomly on my account, like birthday shout outs.
So do you think? So do you think that's the way forward? We need to all clean up our Instagrams and get rid of Ish.
If you want to
Yeah.
take yourself seriously, yeah, you have to.
No.
I mean, I don't even
No.
think
So many
sometimes
good
people do
photos.
business.
I don't want to get rid
I
of
even
them.
think sometimes archive is just like, I'm gonna delete it for now, but just in case I want to bring it back, I can do that instead of just deleting the whole entire thing.
I would have to spend the whole day.
You
My
got
Instagram goes back to 2014, 2013.
1,000
Yeah, that's-
posts. Nah, you leave it. There's
Yeah.
no
But do you
need.
know what? Yeah, I have been on some like influencer celebrity pages, and it goes down to all the way where there wasn't. They were.
And they look completely different.
And I
Yeah.
love those ones. I love those
there.
ones.
Yeah.
They're like, especially like the Love Island lot. I love they
Yeah.
kept their Instagram. I
Now, most
love
of
they
them
kept, because you go back to them and you see them with hardly any good makeup on, or you see them whatever, and you're like, right, this is what you used to look like.
I can't lie. I can't
Yeah.
wait for the day Instagram dies. I want its lifespan to end. I think it's a horrible place.
You know how many
It's
people
already dying,
Google-
though.
It is
Hmm?
still.
It's already dying. If you go further down, if people with old views, if you go down, you'll notice that the views have gone to zero. They've resetted. I think there's something wrong with Instagram, but Instagram's not saying.
absolutely.
I don't think Instagram is talking about it, but Instagram, you know, like, so basically, let me just go into big science thing. Every Netflix and all that stuff, they have a network storage place, and they can only keep a certain amount of space of views and all that stuff. And every now and then, to make up for space, they have to get rid of things. So obviously, they want to get rid of your photos because then you'll bitch. Do you get what I'm saying? So what they do is I think they've been trying to get rid of what do you call it, reset views and stuff like that. So I noticed that one picture had no likes on anything on, and I went all the way down to the bottom. I was like, what? Some videos, old videos, I have like no one's ever watched it before. But I know at the time
no
it got like
views,
2,000 views. So anyway, we're finished now. But yeah, it looks like social media. That's what I think. I think that's where the dance is going. Dance is going down being a social media influencer. Even me, I'm not trying to get more views, but I'm trying to make my CV page of Instagram look more pleasing. Though every now and then it ends up having my daughter on it.
I can't lie. I feel like Instagram's becoming more and more toxic and bad vibes.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's completely toxic, bad vibes. You have to really what's it? I think especially like for girls as well. Like it's a really really toxic place, bro. I think it's an unsafe place even. So I think you have to really sort out your following to like make sure you get like good, healthy content.
I may bring Lauren for that one next week. There's a lot of social media bullying. Manzina, have you been experiencing that?
I
Never experienced it.
that
Not on
there
TikTok
is
either.
I don't
Oh,
even,
no.
I ain't even got the followers
Yeah.
like that, but I know that.
You have, yeah?
Yeah, like on TikTok, like obviously I have a joint page with my girlfriend, and she's obviously white. That is a lot of racial remarks on there.
Damn.
Crazy. Like
I want to talk
sometimes
about
we
this next
delete
week.
it, sometimes we just ignore it, or like our followers and our supporters will kind of like talk for us and defend us, and it's good to see, but yeah, it's outrageous.
So what do you think about this whole kind of not blackout, but because a lot of obviously football did it. What do you think is next for a lot of like? Do you think? So a lot of people are saying to regulate all these social media places. People need to have a passport. So then, because obviously, if I put my information in, proper information, I use my passport to verify myself. When I send that thing, I can get banned forever, and I'll never be able to go on a social media platform. Do you think that's the best way forward?
No, not at all. I don't work in this space, so I really couldn't tell you how AI works and whatnot, like in depth. But you know, these companies are the only ones with the power to do something about it. And I think it's very obvious that they're never going to do anything about it, because when you have all this hate and all this interaction, that generates money for them.
True.
And that, I think it's going to be a constant cycle. I think they're going to just do little small things to try and prevent certain stuff, but I think stuff like hatred and trolling is ultimately something that will never be fixed, and I also don't even think it can be fixed, because it's way too easy to just make a new email, to make a new account, to make a burner, to be a troll. Like, it's way too easy. I don't even see a way how you could possibly prevent that.
I literally just think it's that. I think it's verification. I think what football been saying. You need to have some form of verification of who you are.
Yeah.
And let's say you're banned for whatever reason. Let's say you're now banned, and you're banned permanently. Would you say you're banned across all social medias, or you're banned from that platform?
From that
Even
platform.
though so you need to violate that company's like terms and conditions.
Yeah, I think if you're banned from that platform, it will make you think twice when you go on another platform.
Good point. But what if you think you've been banned unfairly? Do you think there should be like an appeal process,
Yeah,
or like, nah, that's it?
Yeah.
No, I think
100%.
an appeal process, of course.
Don't they restrict your account if you comment too many times under someone's post?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If they can find time to block,
Get rid of people, man.
if they can find time to shadow block you, if they can find time to copyright and sort that out, if they can find time to do all the other things, that is a money issue, a money jerker. You got to remember, when they copyright music, it's stupid. I used to agree with it and I got it. Now I think it's stupid because you already have the rights to it. You're not happy because we're not using the music and playing the music off your brand. Because if I type that same song into your little search thingy in Reels or TikTok, it comes up anyway. So why did you block me?
It's dumb. If anything, it's free promo. It makes no sense.
That's what I'm saying. Why did you block me? There's no point in blocking me. Why? Because you're not generating that money in return. You're not making that money. So they call it copyright. It's not copyright. It's Instagram ain't getting paid for it. Yeah. Instagram is getting paid for Drake's tracks to be a playlist on their thingy. Do you get what I'm saying? As an option. You know, when you do the dances, your reels and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? And now Instagram and TikTok aren't getting paid. So then they go, oh, copyright banning. That don't make sense because you already got the rights to it. Do you get what I'm saying?
Instagram's dying.
Huh?
I think Instagram's slowly dying out.
Of course it will die. Yeah. So will all the platforms. You got to remember, look how quick others are gone. In 10 years' time, there'll be another program. Clubhouse looked like the new one, but it didn't last.
You don't remember Periscope?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Periscope, 2015.
Periscope is still there, but it just works with TikTok. Twitter. For
Twitter,
like videos.
Twitter has rooms now. They made their own thing.
Oh yeah. I know. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, new one. As I'm saying, like when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's just money. So I think if you've got the power and the time, then do that. But the reason they want, because then it would reduce traffic. All these big views that you see would be complete reduced. They also have companies that go out their way to make fake accounts so they can promise people more views and stuff like that, or more followings, and then they use those accounts to follow those people to make them believe they've got real 20,000 people following them when they don't. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm not throwing any shade. So before Kobe's smiling, like I'm not, but the point is at the end of the day, well, no one can do it nowadays because you notice that you haven't got that views because some randomly out of the blue used 10,000. The next thing you know, you only got 5,000.
Did Kobe buy followers?
Yeah, huh?
Did Kobe buy followers?
No, but I knew someone that bought followers before in the past.
Nah, that's shameful.
Is it?
Yeah, I knew someone that bought followers in the past.
I know someone. that-
Me?
How much do they get?
5 followers, fam. I'm on 4K. I haven't reached half of 10K yet. Speaking of which, everyone watching this thing, yeah, go run up mad to get me 5K for the end of the year, man. You like joke, man. We're not on 5K yet.
How do you
But it's
before we end?
many-
Yeah, do you feel like it's too much of a achievement to reach this 10K mark on Instagram?
I don't think that's even an achievement anymore.
Yeah,
I don't think it's an
so,
achievement
yeah.
anymore. You're seeing it quite regular from everyone now.
I think
I think the person feels it's achievement because like, bro, I got 10K. It means now I can go on stories and say swipe up.
I'm stuck with a link.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I want that. Can't
But
do
people can have 10K
But I think,
followers
yeah.
and the likes don't match.
not match it up. Yeah, true. But I think it's also what you do with your followers because having 10K followers is great, but what are you doing with them?
Yeah, no, 100.
Like you just have 10K
I hate
followers.
people that have a platform and don't flipping use it, bro. I hate it so much.
Yeah. Like so
The
I see
best
some
bit.
people with like bare followers, and you've just got followers. Like that's
What do you think they should use their followers for, though? Like,
I was going to say,
what
what is
Is
she
she-
using it for?
inconsistency.
What?
What?
Now you can
They
use
their
it for
followers for
like
inconsistency, man.
no, they said use.
Oh,
I feel like they could just for like for example, the whole Black Lives Matter thing, spread awareness, create positivity. Like I feel like you could do a whole NDL, do a whole Nico, fam, and like spread that
Spread the
positivity around, fam. Like, bro, if you had a platform, use it in the most positive way you can. I feel like.
But bro, the new generation don't care for that, do they?
True.
Look at your surround. You're one of the user are probably one of the dying breeds of people that were like the generation of people who want to work hard, and even use obviously there's questions on how hard you could work. Do you get what I'm saying? But yous are better than the others. You care about politics maybe because you've been on this show. A lot of these young people don't even give a ish about politics, but they're the same people that will complain when they hit 18 they're already 18 now. But they'll complain, why is congestion charge, man? This government, man, and it's like, shut up. Shut up! You didn't vote. Shut up and accept it.
Shush.
That's what I'm at now. I'm at a rude stage with the whole thing. People go, "Oh man, travel's gone up." Shut up! Did you vote? No.
Shush.
Shut up. Accept it.
Shush.
Accept it. Shut up. Deal with it.
Shush.
No,
Oh,
you're right.
our student fees are so high. Shut up.
Shush.
No,
Do you know what I mean? If you ain't knowing, so they have the pages. Think about it, if all the young, amazing people with bare followers just got together and said, "Yo, we don't like the way the government." Everyone, no for Johnson. Do you think Johnson would win it under the young people?
of course.
He would panic. He would sweat. Say no for Johnson because he won't give. He causes this for student fees. He would sweat, and all of a sudden he'd have to talk about it in Parliament. But they rely on the naiveness of young people. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, even Nico, that take away, he's a serious guy. On a serious note, he's a serious guy. Yeah. He knows the young people are so unserious that they'll vote for him. He's relied on the fact that the young people are so thick. Do you know what I mean? That they'll put him in there as the first vote. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to be like a Manzino goes, this is my first vote. I'll have him for Bance. They will actually go, I'm just going to vote for him. I hope he wins. He says he wants good vibes. That's his main thing. It just shows you how dumb our young people are. You know what I'm saying?
Imagine he actually won in his first order of
did you not
business
see his
and
thing?
telling
What
Boris
he's,
Johnson to
like,
shush.
stuff he was gonna do.
Manifesto.
He ain't doing shit, bro.
Yeah, I know, but did you see what he wanted to do?
Yeah.
The
How
London.
can his
I
number
think
one
he'd
say,
never won. I think he'd.
hush Boris Johnson?
He
I
definitely
think
win
if he ever
third.
won, I think he wouldn't know what to do. I think he'd be like, "Oh shit."
Probably retire
No
in
way.
like 2 weeks.
He would have the hardest YouTube channel ever, bro, if he became mayor.
Oh yeah,
24
Kate
hours
and William
challenge
did
in Parliament.
launched a YouTube channel.
I see that.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, William.
What are they gonna do? What's the content?
I don't know, but you know, there's a bit where it's like, well, I have no passport. You haven't made me verify on YouTube. I'm gonna create a YouTube account and troll you.
Wow.
I'm just gonna troll you.
These ain't
What?
ready
And then
for
what
me.
next thing you know, they're gonna be like, cyberbullying is bad. We need to
Yeah,
do something about it. That's
ready.
what. Oh, royal family, you care now? You care now? Cool. Guys, I need to go and get some food. I need to eat. I had a bad day of Arsenal. I'm hoping the news will be tomorrow. Arteta has been fired. So, on that note, next week we'll talk about cyberbullying. We'll try and Manzino, you'll probably lead this one because my cyberbullying antics is not as high as your one. The only ones I've had is racism towards my daughter, racism towards myself, and racism towards IMD, either black stuff or then when it looks. I think there was one. You know when you did 2017 set, Jack, when you was all wearing red hats.
Yeah.
In UGO, they were like, "Oh,
I remember that comment.
yeah. Oh, you saw it in it. It's like I think
Yeah,
it's
I
like,
saw it.
that load of white people."
Yeah.
That's the deepest of IMD stuff and everything. And there's been other things. Something obviously there was a one recently. It was horrible when Jamil's RIP's dad, and then someone put something. I had to do everything to try and delete that, and they put something on the comment. So people are horrible, man.
Evil world, fam.
Yeah.
bro.
Manzine, I can imagine the racism you must experience.
I'll tap into it next week, bro.
I'm gonna make a burner. I'm joking. But just before you end it, I just want to say quickly, if you may or may not know, India is going through an absolute madness with COVID and stuff. The government have absolutely fucked them in terms of oxygen. So if you man ever felt like it, or if you wanted to, there's COVID relief funds all over Twitter and whatnot to just donate oxygen, because that's obviously millions and millions of people are dying. So just that in it, not pressure, like just if you can.
Well, I think if we do, and we all try and put chip in, even a pound, something.
Yeah, like I haven't put in a lot of. I'm not earning money. Just a bit, even a couple like quid could make difference, you know.
Because
But
it's
not to
bad.
these big
It's going to come to us.
organizations.
It's going to come
Yeah.
back on us anyway. That's the reason why everyone's trying to get in on sort it out. Because look what happened when we didn't care about China. It was like, oh, it's over there in China. Then what happened?
Exactly. But don't do these big organizations. I don't trust them whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like Oxfam and that, I don't believe it for a second.
100. All right, guys. Yeah, have a good one, everyone. Here we go.
Choo.